Well, today was a pretty big day for Legends news. We had the monthly card revealed, and that's what we're going to talk about for the majority of this video. But we also officially got Legends on mobile devices. Yes, that's right. If you somehow magically haven't heard, and I am breaking the news to you, you can now download Legends from the Google Play Store or iTunes or whatever the Apple Store is. I'm going to be honest, I'm not an Apple user, so I always forget. I assume it's still called iTunes or the iStore or whatever, but you can download it there. As of filming this, there are still a couple of hiccups. Not every region seems to have it available to them. I don't know if that's because of some sort of phased rollout or not. Some people are reporting device incompatibility. Even on Reddit, somebody had mentioned it, and Solid Age AJ responded with, hey, a couple of those devices were an oversight, go ahead and try again. So clearly they are working out the kinks like you do with any sort of launch, but the point is, mobile is here. I've even played a game on it. I enjoyed the client. I felt like everything was intuitive. Navigation was a little weird for me because not everything is in the same place as it is on PC, and when you've played the PC version for a year like I have, you tend to get set in your ways, but overall I thought it was smooth. Thought it was very, very comparable to that other game that you may have played on mobile in terms of like load times, responsiveness, etc., etc. So yeah, my first impression was I really liked the mobile client. So again, if you didn't hear, it's on mobile. Go download it. Go do all the things. Celebrate. But this video is about the new monthly card. So we got a new monthly card that's going to be coming up at the end of the month. It's a Crusader card, and let's go ahead and take a look at it. So once upon a time, a fair-haired Nord fell in love with a beast of a woman, and they gave birth to Ulfric's Housecarl. This month's monthly reward card is Ulfric's Housecarl. It is a 4-cost Crusader creature. It is a 3/4 body, and it says that whenever an enemy rune is destroyed, you draw a card. So essentially it's like the Dawnstar Healer effect, but instead of gaining life, you draw cards. And that's why I kind of make the joke, because the most obvious comparison that people are going to make naturally with this card is to Ayla's Huntmate. So it's like Ayla's Huntmate, but with a souped up Dawnstar Healer kind of effect. So let's just address the elephant in the room, right? Let's talk about Ayla's Huntmate versus this. A lot of people are probably still going to favor Huntmate because of the quote-unquote superior stats. However, I do think it's worth noting that Huntmate is just a 3/3 until you break that rune. Now, usually it's prudent to hold on to her and then play her on the turn that you plan on breaking runes, and that's fair. So you do get the 4/4 and you draw 1 card. But that being said, sometimes when I've been playing her, even in decks where I only run like 2 of her, specifically my Archer list as of late, she can still feel really clunky at times because you really don't want to pay 4 for just a vanilla 3/3, which is what's going to happen if you're not activating her, and sometimes you don't have good opportunities to activate her, and so it can be weird, right? Meanwhile, if you've ever played with Dawnstar Healer, yes, it's great if you can gain the life. Yes, it's great if you're in a situation where you can hold him, but sometimes you just jam a 3/3 for tempo. Because you're not feeling like you're missing anything out other than gaining health now and putting you off of cards from rune breaks, right? So I think Housecarl kind of fits that bill. Yes, it's a 3/4 instead of the 4/4 that the Huntmate would be transformed, but you get to just play it whenever you want, whether you need it or not. You don't have to worry about playing around it if it's clunky. There are some additional benefits to him as well. So he does count as both a strength card and a willpower card, right? So depending on if you're playing some sort of like weird niche deck, I know that there's a lot of very red heavy ones, for example, because of Mighty Ally. That counts towards your strength count. Now, Huntmate does as well, but this also goes the other way for potentially like token Crusader builds that might want the willpower count, let's say. The other thing that stands out is that this is not a one-time use, this is per rune broken. So, where this guy shines, in my opinion, is going to be in mid-range style Crusader decks that are trying to take advantage of high attack creatures. So I already mentioned Mighty Ally. I think Mighty Ally is the poster child. If you play like a 2-drop Rift Thane, let's say. You swing for 4, you drop your Mighty Ally for 3, right? And then on the following turn, before you swing, you drop Ulfric's Housecarl. The Mighty Ally alone, right? Even if you're hitting prophecies or whatever, the Mighty Ally is going to swing, do 6 damage. Housecarl is going to draw you 2 cards. So from a card advantage standpoint, it's already better than Huntmate in that scenario and in that style of deck. So again, if you're imagining a deck where you're having high attack, like mid-range Crusader threats, I actually think Housecarl might perform better. And I think that he might also just have a niche in a heavy Crusader like card draw deck. So when I saw the card revealed, I immediately started thinking about what it would look like if you, instead of focusing on the best statted creatures, you just focused on the ones that recycled themselves so that you could throw wave after wave after wave of expendable creature at your enemy. Now again, I don't know if this is going to work. This is the sort of thing that would need to be tested, but when you think about Crusader right now, there's probably not another archetype that has access to that amount of card draw. Like, I don't even think it's close. So I'm not even going to put all of these cards up on the screen because there's just that many, but really when you think about card draw access in Crusader, you have like Crusader's Assault, Eastmarch Crusader, Triumphant Jarl, Bandit Ringleader, Rapid Shot cycles. If you go in the other direction of Rapid Shot, you got Vigilant Giant that cycles. You've got currently underused or unused things like Highwaymen or Bloodpack Messenger. You have niche specific build cards like Stronghold Patrol, Priest of the Eight. If you're going the Dragon route, you've got the Blades Lookout, right? Like, you have card draw if you're playing Crusader. Housecarl just adds to that, and so you could theoretically do a bunch of cheap high attack minions. So again, thinking about those Rift Thanes, thinking about those Mighty Allies, the Lumbering Ogrims, and then just offset those with as much card draw as you can and just throw wave after wave at your opponent. I don't know if it'll work, but I'm kind of excited to test it, so we'll see how that goes. Yeah, Ulfric's Housecarl. It's an interesting card. It is another class card, so we got Sower and we got Protector of the Main. We now have this one as well, so maybe we'll continue to see some more in the future. I think Spellsword could certainly use some love, specifically in the card draw department, so it's interesting we got this one, but other classes as well. So yeah, let me know what you think. I'm curious to hear what other people's opinions are, how they might want to use the card. You know, like always, so on and so forth. As always, I love you. Thanks for watching my videos. Until next time, may you walk on warm sands.